So today, as y'all can see, I have a lot to talk about. But the reason why I have a lot to talk about, because I want to talk about one of the most important electrolytes. Now there's 5 key electrolytes: potassium, sodium, magnesium, calcium, and calories. But the one I want to focus on when it comes to bodybuilding is more important is potassium. Now we need a very high amount, so let's dive in and explain why you need so much potassium in your body. All right, so these are some of the symptoms that you might be experiencing because you're low in potassium. But before I go over some of the symptoms, let me just explain it a little bit. Potassium is an electrolyte. You need this in a very high amount, more than anything else, any other supplement. You need about 4,700 to start with, all the way up to 8,000. I'm currently at 9,000 every single day. And it's very hard to get all of that just in food because the food in this country is not of the highest quality. Now, potassium is something that you need in your body, especially if you're in the gym trying to get what? That pump. And everybody knows these pumps are very important when you're trying to build muscle. It is basically called the sodium potassium pump. So I know everybody probably get enough sodium in their diet from everything that you eat in life, but not a lot of us is getting enough potassium. Potassium is a protein that connects to your enzymes in your cells. Now in your cells, you got about 8,000 to about 3 million of these tiny pumps. Now it takes about a third of your diet, whatever you eat, it takes about a third of that to run these pumps. So it's very easily to go low on potassium. Now these pumps are very important. It is called the sodium potassium pump. Now you need about 4,000 to about 8,000 per day. And it's really hard to get that just in your diet. See, the reason why is it's a little protein that is built in like enzymes in your cells. So it comes from your cells. It's on another chart back there. I'm all over the place right now. But it's actually building your cells. Now your cells have about 8,000 to about 3 million of these tiny little pumps that's running through your whole entire body. Now your diet and the food you eat, it takes up about a third of everything that you put into your body. So that's why you need it in such a large amount. Now, these are some of the symptoms you could have from having low potassium. I actually had 2 of these symptoms until I found out what the problem was. All right, so these are all the symptoms you might be experiencing because you're low on potassium. Now, to save some time, I'm just gonna cut through some of them. Brain fog, high blood pressure. Now, water retention. Now, water retention is something that a lot of us experience because you need that sodium potassium pump, and your doctor is gonna tell you, oh, you're taking too much sodium, but your potassium level is low and it's not balancing off the two. Another thing for your nervous system or your heart, it's very good for your heart also if you're taking a lot of potassium because it's connected to your nervous system. Now, potassium also is good for your glycogen level because it controls glucose. So, sugar cravings, you crave a lot of sugar. Bloating and water retention, those kind of go together. But the one I want to talk about mostly is when it comes to like building muscle, is muscle cramps and fatigue. You ever like try to walk up a flight of stairs and then your legs feel heavy and you just think, man, I'm just out of shape. Your potassium level is low. It's really that simple. All right, let's dive in. There's a lot to go over. There's a lot. Now, what foods, give me a second. That's a lot. I know. That's a lot to talk about today. All right, so what foods are very high if you just don't take supplements and you think you could just do this without taking any supplements. Now, potatoes, oranges, you take about 3 oranges a day, that give you about 900. Spinach, give you about 800. Yogurt and beef give you about 1,200. Avocado is very rich in potassium. Coconut water. Now, a lot of us, when you go into the gym, I know for me, every once in a while, I'm always drinking coconut water. That's 600. So potatoes, dried potatoes, that's about 900. And bananas, That's very, very low. It's only 400. So altogether, if you just eat these foods alone, it will put you right at 4,900. Now you're at the baseline, the minimum requirements for living a healthy life. And this is why I choose to take what? Supplements. Now I'll go into the next room and I'll show you guys the supplements I take, along with making sure I'm eating these type of food, except for the yogurt. I don't like yogurt, but you get the idea. Now, let's get to the fun part. Let's get down to business. All right, so this is why potassium is actually really good for your body. And I know I didn't go over everything that I showed on those sheets, but feel free to go back and look up some of those things, the side effects and all of that stuff. But I talk about the sodium-potassium pump. Now this is why and what potassium could actually do for you if you take in the right amount. And the trick is to find out what's good for you. Just because they recommend 4,700, you're gonna find out, well, I'm more active, so you need more. It's really that simple. So how the pumps actually work. It charges your cells, charges your muscle. It's good for your nervous system. It fuels your body, and it also gives your body energy. I talk about walking up the flight of stairs and just feeling tired, for no reason. Yeah, it charges your body, so you know you're low on potassium. It fuels your body. It's not about just drinking water and thinking like, you're gonna have enough electrolytes just by drinking water. It doesn't work that way because there's 5 important electrolytes. And if you're missing one, your whole body's gonna be off. Also, HKPTT, it also helps with your stomach acid in your muscle. And I talk about that on my Instagram, about taking enough potassium to help with your digestive system and helps you to eat more. So that's very important. Now, some of the things natural things, if you're on a diet, you're trying to lose weight, automatically you're going to be low on potassium. If you're a vegetarian, automatically you're going to be low on potassium. If you just had surgery, automatically you're going to be low on potassium. If you take a lot of salt, if you take a lot of alcohol, you're automatically going to be low on sodium. Sugar level, high insulin level, all of those are cases where you're low on potassium level. And that's why it's important not just to try to get it from your food, but to go into these supplements and find one that actually does work, because potassium is very, very important. If you think you're just going to go in the gym, do your work, and that's it, you're just going to grow, it's not going to work. Let's go in the room and I'll show you guys the one that I take, because there's 2 different types, but all right. So I know a lot of people are going to say, I get it in my multivitamins. I don't have to take it. And if you look at your multivitamins, some of y'all might be right, but I guarantee, where it is, here it is. I guarantee if you look at your multivitamins, one of the best multivitamins out there, Life Extensions. We'll make a video about this one day and go break it down and why I feel like it's the best. But potassium, no, it's not in there. Even this one right here by Animal Pack, potassium. No, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. 200 milligrams. 200. Now the base that you need is how much? You need 4,700 milligrams per day. So 200 is not going to do anything for you. So that's why it's important. There's 2 different types of potassium. Potassium bicarbonate and potassium citrate. Now the citrate, I like to take that before bedtime because it stays longer in your system while I'm sleeping. So I take this plus my magnesium. It stays longer in your system. The bicarbonate leaves your body faster. So every time you eat a meal, put it in with your bicarbonate. I already told you guys about my supplement pack, my daily vitamin routine. So I just add this 3 times a day and make sure that you're eating food when you're taking this. It doesn't work so good on an empty stomach. If you take it on an empty stomach, you're not going to see the results. You're not going to know. You're just going to feel like you're wasting your money, because technically that's what you're going to be doing. So just make sure you're taking this with food in your stomach, and you will see the benefits. Now the citrate, it only comes in I think it's 99 milligrams. How much is this? Yeah, this is 99. But potassium bicarbonate, it goes all the way up to 1,000. And that's because they could afford to make it that high, because it leaves your body faster. So while you're out walking around, it do what it needs to do, and whatever you need to use for that period of 4 hours, you just urinate it out and it's gone. So citronate, bicarbonate, citronate,